Hi, this is Melissa from the Finder 777. And if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and like if you like the content when we're done. Tonight is the beginning of garage sales, and I have some things that I have bought and I'm going to be listing, and I will show you them at the end. And just being a reseller in general and the different things you need to know to do that. And we'll be back in just a second. Okay, I showed you my items that I have for sale. Now you just make sure you have an eBay account or a Macari account, and you go on them and they will ask you for a description of the item that you want to put on. And you make sure it has the best description of what you are selling. And for eBay, there's a way that you label things, and you will find out a better way to describe things by looking at other people's names that they put for the same item. And there are up to, I believe, 100 characters, or is it 50? I'm not for sure. But anyway, try to use all the characters to describe what you're doing to put it on eBay and the name. And then you just go through and do what they ask you to do for as far as listing. I do not do the what's sold on eBay. I usually go on Google photo to see what it's went for on all the different platforms before I list something, to get a good indication about what other platforms have the same item listed for. And then I will choose a price after looking at all of the other platforms. Usually it's somewhere in the middle. I don't always take the highest, I don't always take the lowest, but I'll take somewhere in the middle of a good price that I think I would like to charge for an item. And that's how I do it. That's on eBay. On Macari, it's a little different because Macari has 20% that they take. I usually put the item a little higher priced just to make up for what they take from you. eBay is less what they take from you, but Macari, I put them a little bit higher, and when I list them, and just make sure you have good photographs. Make sure that, it's, they say to put a white background. I don't always do that. I choose a background that I think makes the item kind of pop. So when you look at it, it looks neat, or maybe a different angle or something. I just, I use different color felt behind small things that can change the color of the background. So your photos are very important too when you're doing any kind of selling online. So make sure they look nice. Make sure you have them nice and centered and everything. And that's how you basically do it. And go on there, put a good description of what it is. You don't have to always have perfect things. Every once in a while, they'll have a scratch or they'll have a chip, and you have to type that in so the person knows what they're getting. And because that could be a reason they could return it and say, well, it did have a little chip and you didn't state that in the description. So make sure your descriptions are accurate too. And that's some things that you need to know if you're going to resale or list anything on the platforms, that you're telling them exactly, what it is and the condition it's in. And so that's your information for tonight. If you like learning about reselling and trying to sell things on the internet, go ahead and like and subscribe, because I'll have a lot more of garage sale finds, estate sale finds, and some of my experience, because I've done this for 13 years. So just like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.